After replacing everything and rewiring things again and again, it always went off at that one sensor.
The only way we could solve the problem was shutting it off. So it's not active anymore.
One evening I was working here late, alone in the building, and Smitty the cat was with me as I was walking around making sure everything was closed up. This cat is a very mellow, large cat. He doesn't really move that fast for anything. He was in the basement with me, right next to the animal research facility. We were kind of hanging out. He was like rubbing against my leg. I had just closed the door. All of a sudden, something, startled him. And as I turned to my right and looked, I saw a very large black shadow go directly across the hallway. Smitty took off running all the way through the corridor. I have never seen him run that fast. Smitty the cat was in the basement with me. All of a sudden, something, startled him. And as I turned to my right and looked, I saw a very large black shadow go directly across the hallway. It was smoky, 10 feet tall and 3 feet wide. It's one thing to hear, something from somebody else and say they had this, strange experience, they heard something, they felt this, weird feeling, but to have that happen to yourself, that sheds a new light on it. And I said, I think that's my signal to go home tonight.
It just got to the point where so many different things had happened to so many different people, I started keeping a log. I guess it's my personality. I'm an accountant, and accountants keep track of things. And still being a skeptic, I'd never had any experiences, and just had no reason to believe it. It was a night when I was here by myself. It was completely dark outside, and I was painting, and I walked past the stairwell where we've always had a lot of problems. I walked in the lab full of stainless steel animal cages, and I heard the loudest hiss I've ever heard in my life, like no cat could ever do. It was like a my heart skipped a beat, and I quickly got myself out of the building. I added that to the log because it was another strange incident that we had no explanation for whatsoever. After the incident, I was a little bit apprehensive about being here by myself again. And I was looking over my shoulder probably more than I ever did.
Multiple employees come to me and say, it's just something about this building. I'm just depressed, or, I'm sitting here and I just get angry for, no reason whatsoever. I'm just angry all the time.
When things keep happening over and over and different things and different people, even if you're a skeptic, you've got to wonder why it is.
The Pennsylvania Paranormal Association was created to help those people who believe that they are having a haunting or other paranormal activity occurring at their home or place of business. The history that we knew about this location started as a state insane asylum. In more recent years, it was used as a laboratory for research on animals.
I was very curious as to what it was the PPA were going to do and how they, would do it, what kind of equipment they were using.
I set up the equipment from DVR system, wireless voice recorders, and handheld camcorders.
We wanted to bring Ben in as part of our investigation because he is a police-trained canine. It's very well documented that animals do react to locations with paranormal activity.
Ben and I were partners in a police canine unit out in Maryland. He is the best partner I've ever had. In a working environment, he's very tight, close to me. He'll sit down when I stop. He'll go up a set of stairs alongside of me. He doesn't leave my side literally that close.
Ben does not do anything unless Joe asks him or tells him to do something.
If there's anybody in here, my name is Mark. We're here as friends.
The upper floor team was Mark and Joe and Ben.
Is there anyone with us tonight? He's going to give us some type of sign.
We were in there asking some questions, trying to get some kind of response if anybody was there with us.
Do you know any way to make the dog react to you? To make him bark somehow?
Even if you call his name, he should be able to hear you.
His name is Ben.
Ben immediately took off right down the stairwell.
Ben, here. He was out of sight. That's what I mean. I was totally in shock.
Why do we have Ben in the basement?
Ben immediately took off right down the stairwell.
That's what I mean.
During Mark's investigation, we saw, Ben come flying out of the bottom of the staircase in the basement level, and then he, took a right and sprinted all the way down the hall towards the animal research facility.
I did not give him a command to exit the room. I wasn't moving, so therefore my body language didn't even hint to him that we were getting ready to leave.
We picked up an EVP that was very startling.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak to us?
I know there's somebody here.
And a voice comes out of the blue and says something to the effect of, "Scare 'em." When we find such quality evidence, such as an EVP like that, it really validates the rest of the experiences that we have.
The EVPs were just so clear and so obvious what they're saying, it's hard to dispute it.
After we completed the review of our investigation, we were pretty certain that we had a haunting going on here. We decided to bring in Barbara, a psychic medium, just to validate some of the facts.